All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. And we're going to jump into a few scriptures. This is Romans 11 and 7. And it says, Slak, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Meaning that this truth is only meant, the Bible, the understanding of the Bible, and ultimately the first go around of salvation is only meant for the elect. It's only meant for what are called the sons of the Most High, the sons of God, the men of the Lord. And that's a small number in comparison to the nation of Israel as a whole, because the nation as a whole, as the scripture says, is numbered as the sand of the sea. Let's go ahead and get that. This is Isaiah 10:22. It says, "For thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea." So that's how great the multitude of our people is. And it's not because a lot of people like to use that scripture in Genesis. Going to get that, Genesis 32 and 12, and in so-called Christianity, they like to use the scripture to include all the nations. And this is Genesis 32 and 12, and thou sayest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. So they try to, the so-called Christian tries to include all the nations in that, meaning that we all come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know that also there's a scripture they use. Let me go get and find it. Seed indeed. So they like to use this scripture, Galatians 3 and 29. If ye be Yahushua, then are ye Abraham's seed, and theirs according to the promise. So what they're trying to say here is that is believing in so-called Jesus Christ automatically makes you Abraham's seed. That's where they get their spiritual Israelism or their replacement theology from. As we read in the scriptures, Abraham's seed is the nation of Israel. You know that's a plain and simple. And this cuts it right here. Romans 11 and 1. It says, "I say then, has Yahweh cast away His people?" And you gotta use that possessive terminology. The Lord's people. Yahweh forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Yahweh has not cast away His people, which He foreknew. See that? So it's not speaking about a multitude of different nations. But we do understand that Israel was scattered among all the nations. Well, ye not what the scripture says of Elias, how he made an intercession to Yahweh against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed the prophets and dig down thine altars and left alone, they seek my life. But what says the answer Yahweh unto him? It is going back to Romans 11 and 7. I reserve myself 7,000 men who have not bowed their knee to the image of Baal. Even so, then at this present time, of the remnant according to election of grace. So going back to 11 and 7, which it's just going to jump right into it. You know, if grace, then there's no more works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if be a work, then there's more grace. There's no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. And then going back to the scripture we started from, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, that remnant, the small remnant, those men that have not bowed down knee to the image of Baal, and the rest were blinded. So there's going to be a remnant of men that are going to understand and see this truth. And that's what you're seeing today. You're seeing the men that the Lord has called, most I wouldn't be chosen, having the understanding of the Bible. And only the men of the Lord are going to have, those that the Lord has chosen to sup with, but are going to be Israelites, are going to have an understanding of this Bible. This Bible is meant for the sons of the Most High in this day and age. You know, we're the only ones that are going to understand it. We're the only ones going to live it. We're the only ones that are going to obey it. So it's like the apostles say, it's an inner circle, man, and you got to fight to be in that inner circle at all times. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, those that can get the perfect understanding. They're not the wisdom of this world. That's what two-thirds of our people, the so-called Black, Latino, Native American, they follow the wisdom of this world. They don't follow the perfect wisdom, which is the 100% truth as taught by the elders apostles of Great Millstone. Yet not the wisdom of the world, nor the prince of the world that come to naught. See, so all those things eventually they fail. They hold no water, so to speak, man. And you see that Jake's constantly failing, and in every philosophy that he tries to evolve himself in, he's constantly failing. He's constantly coming short, man, because this is not the true way. That their way is not the true way, Salakia. And the only true way is that which is taught by the scriptures by the men of great millstone. It says, but we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery because it's not meant for everybody to receive. Which Yahweh ordained before the world unto our glory. So all this was set up for the glory, first and foremost, for the glorification of the Most High in His name, the glorification of His Son, and also the glorification of the elect. It was set up for those chosen seed, that chosen line that the Most High has ordained to put honor upon. The scripture talk about vessels of honor, vessels of dishonor. It says, when none of the princes of this world knew, for they had known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered the heart of man, the thing which Yahweh prepared for them that love him, that don't obey him. Like I said, only the elect are going to elect, and the 1/3 are going to have a spirit of obedience toward the Most High. The rest of the multitude, which are Israel, which is numbered as sand of the sea, they will have a spirit of disobedience. They will have a spirit of not taking heed. They'll have a spirit, like it says in uh, 1 Corinthians 2:6, they have the spirit of following the wisdom of this world that comes to naught, man. So the scriptures plainly and clearly say that this truth is not meant for everybody in this day and age. Now, ultimately, when we enter that new covenant in the kingdom, the law will be written in our inward parts, and all of Israel shall be perfect, man. They will have that perfect wisdom. They will receive that perfect understanding. But now in this day and age, it is not so, man. So that's an understanding that most people can't understand, they can't get, they can't they can't fathom. It doesn't make sense to them, man. They think that everything is equal and that Most High doesn't condemn nobody, but in actuality, He does. He does. He condemns all the other nations, and he condemns 2/3 of our people for a period of time. 2/3 of our people will be condemned or put to fire, that second death, and the nation will be put into slavery. But ultimately, Israel shall be returned unto its former glory, man, as the sons of God, as promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. And the wisdom of the world that comes not is that the 2/3 practice is basically the wisdom of the heathen and the Edomites. This is Isaiah 5:20, which describes that so-called philosophy. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil," and that's exactly what you see today. That's what Jake does today. That's what the Edomites do today. That's what the heathen do today. They call that which is good, which meaning the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments. They call that evil. It's done away with. It's no longer needed to be followed. They put darkness for light and light for darkness. All things of all manner of wickedness and transgression are glorified and also glorified. What's the word I'm trying to say? Encouraged among the people that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You got the gang culture, the hip hop culture, all this other bullshit that Jake follows, which was ultimately comes from the so-called white man, and they put that up as basically sweet or good. So woe to them that are wise in their own eyes. Not only that, you got Jakes, thinking that they know everything, man. Now going back into these ancient philosophies of it could whether it be Egyptology or so-called New Ageism or anything like that, man. They think they found the alternate path, so to speak, and they do that because They believe that Christianity is of the white man, which actuality is not. There's well, not the well, Christianity is of the white man, but they believe the Bible is of the white man or written by the white man. Actuality, it is the heritage of our people, the so-called black, Latino, and Native American. So they try to say that they're wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight because they follow these. They think they discover these secret philosophies, man. It's, that goes back into 5% Nation of Islam, all that bullshit, man, and whatever else Jake is involved in. It says, "Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong wine, which justify the wicked for reward, and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Therefore, as the fire devours the stubble, and the flame consumes the shaft, so the root shall be rottenness, and the bound shall go up as dust. They have cast away the law of the Lord, hosts despise the word of the Holy One of Israel." So they don't have that perfect understanding, as mentioned in the Romans 11 and 7. Let's go back to that. So this is Romans 11 and 7. Well, 11 and 1. They don't have that perfect understanding. Well, yeah, 7, Salakia. So what then Israel has not obtained that which he seeks for, but the election have obtained it, what? The perfect understanding, and the rest were blinded. And that's what you see going on today. And like as is written, that there shall be a great judgment for disobedience to those things. But you guys will understand that two-thirds of our people, they were predestined or appointed to that from the foundation of the earth, just as the elect were predestined and appointed to glory since the foundation of the earth. And this is something that Jay can't really understand or does not want to accept. He thinks everything's cool and he can believe how he wants to believe and do what he wants to do, and that he's not bound by any fear of the Lord or any standard of morality as set by the scriptures. They use what they call situational ethics, which means right and wrongs is dependent upon whatever situation you're in at the time. So at times it'll be okay to do this, that, the other. But basically that's just a license to sin, man. The Lord said that we don't have a license to commit sin. They try to use that word grace that covers everything. Oh, we are under grace, so we can do this, that, the other. But ultimately, the Lord will judge Israel for all these things. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Most I will and hope is edifying. That I want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.